What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video on the ADUB Fishing YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, be sure to go ahead and subscribe down below. If you guys enjoy this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up as well. Today we're going to be doing some creek fishing, and it actually feels really nice outside, but the water is going to be freezing cold. So we have to get a couple things to get prepared for this trip. And after we get those together, we're gonna go ahead and go down to the creek. It's a small creek, and we're gonna see if we can catch some big bass out of it. Item number one that we're going to need is a pair of waders, because I'm probably gonna get hypothermia if I just go in the water with my shorts on like this. So we've got some waders, and then number two, we've got to get our backpack with all of our supplies. We've got to get our GoPro. We've got to get our fishing rod, and oh, what is this? We have to get this bad boy right here. If you guys do not know, this is a 6 cent Super 6 sack. And what this is it is a monthly based subscription sack, and they send you baits every month. And this is mine that I got this month, so let's go ahead, open it up, see what's in here, and we're gonna see if we can use any of the baits in here to catch some fish today. This is my Super 6 sack for the month. Let's see what we got. Oh, we've got the juice in. Oh, that's my favorite. That's my favorite. We'll save that one for last. Look at all of this juice right here, baby. Look at this. All right. So we've got a little underspin right here. And then it looks like we've got mostly crankbaits. This is a shallow square bill, so this could definitely come into play today for sure. It's a finesse square bill. We've also got this right here, which is a crankbait for going through the grass. That could also work pretty well today. And we've got a lipless crankbait. Not sure if we'll use that today. And a little bit of a deeper diver. We might could use this in a couple holes, but this right here is my favorite. This is a speed wake. You guys know I love the speed wake, and I've actually never tried this color. This is like a chartreuse white. It's actually called Bone Reactor, so we're gonna definitely give this thing a go today. I'm not sure if they're gonna be hitting topwater, but they should. It's a nice day today. It's warm. I feel like those fish are probably gonna be feeding. So let's go ahead, get all these items, throw them back in the Super 6 sack, and head on down to the creek. If you guys are interested in trying out the Super 6 sack from 6 cents, you can use my code. I will pop it up right here, ADUB Super 6. And if you use that code, you will get a discount on your Super 6 sack. So go ahead, and if you guys want to check that out, use the code right there. Let's go ahead and cut to the Super Sick B-roll. All right, so I think what we're going to start off with is this finesse square bill that was in the Super 6 sack. This thing looks really good. It's an orangey red, and it's a shallow diver, and this creek is pretty shallow. I'm actually in one of the deepest parts right now, but we're going to try this. The water's moving a little bit more than expected, but we're going to go ahead, we're going to give it a shot. Usually they'll hit like a jig or a bottom bait in here really well whenever the water's moving a lot, because it's just sitting there easy for them to eat. But usually the big ones will eat the crankbait, so we'll try a crankbait, see what happens. Go ahead and get this thing tied up. All right, we're gonna go ahead and try this thing. I've got my waders on, as you guys can tell, and it's pretty weird fishing in these waders, to be honest. These are duck hunting waders, but it's all I've got. And when you get in the water, you can't feel it at all, which is good, because this water is freezing cold. It is extremely cold. Oh, we already got one. What was that, second cast? Second cast, already got one? Anyways, like I was saying, this water is extremely cold. So I don't want to get in it wading like I normally do in the summertime. There we go, nice little guy right there. Not a giant, but yeah, this water is extremely cold, so it's nice to have the waders, because if not, my legs would probably be just like turning purple right now. So it's a good thing I've got the waders, but it's also very restricting whenever I'm casting and doing everything. Like walking even is a little bit restricted, because they're just not meant for what I'm doing right now. But hey, we're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna give her a shot, see what happens. Already caught one fish, so it's a good sign. See if we can catch any more. I think there's a lot more in this little pool right here. but we're just gonna see if we can pull out the active ones first with a crankbait. We're gonna work our way up with the crankbait, and if I want to switch up there, I might. But we'll come back through here with a slower bait. See if we can't get anything else. Nice. Nice, dude, nice. I got a feeling there's gonna be one or two sitting up here in this current. Come on, baby. I know there's got to be some up here. Oh, there we go. That's a better fish. Is that a bass? I don't even know. Yeah, it's a bass. He was fighting so hard. Oh my gosh, I do not want to get treble hooks in the hand. He's hooked in the bottom of the mouth. There we go. Dang, dude. Dang, dude. Okay, we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna get hooked. Okay, nice. He is a healthy guy, I will say that. There we go, another one on that square bill. This one is a much healthier fish. He has got a gut on him. He has been eating very, very healthy creek fish. I love catching them when they're that healthy. He was so strong, that's why I was like, is this a bass? He was short and stubby, didn't even really look like a bass. Fighting so hard, I thought it might have been like a crappie or something. That's cool though, second fish of the day so far on the square bill. It's good that we know that they'll eat this thing. I think it's just gotta be the right fish or the right place, because if you bring this right in front of their nose, they're probably gonna eat it. And then if the fish is actively hunting for food, they'll probably eat it as well. That was right over there towards that current break. There's just a couple rocks right there. There's a little bit of a current break, and I threw it right in there, tight with that cover. And then he followed it out, ate it out here towards the middle. And this isn't even my good holes. There's another one. Oh my gosh. Okay, buddy, calm down. These aren't even my good holes. These are like the little fish holes right here. And then, oh, nice, dude. He's about to hook me. These dudes are scary when they get a face full of trebles. I'm not gonna lie. All right, number 3, another small one. About like fish number 1. But hey, it's a fish. A fish is a fish. That was like 2 or 3 casts right after I just caught that other one. They're just sitting right there in that little current break. I've made multiple casts there, but I think now I'm finally starting to trigger the fish to where they want to eat. So if there's any more in there, they'll probably end up eating it now. Gonna make a couple more casts right here, and then we're gonna go ahead and keep walking up. See if we can catch a big one. There's 5-6 pound fish in this creek. You just gotta find them. And that's what I plan on doing today. That was a money cast. The crazy thing about these creeks is that they always change whenever the water rises and drops back down. Like the last time I was here, there was a huge tree right here. And also the last time I was here, this tree was out more this way rather than turned. And that just changes where those fish sit at. It's kind of makes it an unpredictable place to fish, because the fish always move to different types of cover because the cover always changes. The only thing that stays the same is rock. They might want something a little bit slower today. That's a bigger one. Okay, he's not huge, but he's healthy. I think it's about a 2 pounder. Oh, not even a 2 pounder. He's just a healthy creek fish. That's all he is. So strong. He swallowed that thing too. Come here, buddy. Come here. Don't hook me in the hand. Look at that. Look at that thing. That thing is gone. Gone. All right, he's bleeding a little bit, so we're gonna go ahead and let him go, but he's gonna be just fine. He was hooked in the gills a little bit from where he ate that thing too much, but that fish will be a-okay. Got a little plier holder in my waders. Check that out. This is actually for shotgun shells, but hey, it's for the pliers today, buddy. See if we can catch another one. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fish my way all the way up with this crankbait, see how many I can catch on it, and then we'll end up switching baits. I think if I switched baits right now, I could probably catch a ton, but I just want to see how many I can catch on this thing, because they're eating it. It's just, wow, that's a tree. It's just they're not eating it amazing. That's gonna be a fish right there, 100%. That's got to be a fish. Wow, I'm super surprised that I did not get bit right there. All right, we're gonna go ahead and switch up right now. We're gonna try throwing this little underspin. This is a 3/8 ounce. I don't have the swim bait that I want, but I did find one in my bag that I can use with it. It should work. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get this thing rigged up, and we're gonna get this tied on. We're gonna slow roll this thing on the bottom and see if anything will pick it up. If this doesn't work, I have a jig, and we're gonna go ahead and throw it on. I think it's gonna be lights out with that jig, but I wanna try this thing first, see how she does, because I've never tried one of these in a creek. So we're gonna go ahead, try the underspin. This is what we got rigged up. I bit down the swim bait a little bit to make it a little bit smaller, and it looks good in the water. So I'm gonna throw it out there, see what happens. This thing is 3/8, so I'm just gonna try just kind of slowly pulling it and reeling it on the bottom and seeing if anything wants to come take it. Found me a pair of glasses, but they don't have any lenses. That's pretty nice. All right, it's time for the jig. They didn't want the underspin, and I just have a gut feeling that they're gonna want this thing, so we're gonna try it. There is a big spillway right up here above me, but I don't think we're gonna go up there and fish it today because it is flowing very, very hard, and the audio up there is gonna be terrible for you guys, so we're not even gonna go up there. I don't even know if the fish will be there anyways. Last time I fished here, they weren't up on that spillway. They should start smacking this thing. This is just a little 1/4 ounce, or might be 5/16 ounce finesse jig from 6 cents. It's just a little ball head jig. I got a stroker crawl on the back of it. If you guys want to check out any of these baits, I'll leave them in the description down below. With my code, you can get 10% off. But this bait in this creek is amazing, because these fish in here strictly eat bluegill and crawls for the most part. There is a little bit of shad and minnows and stuff, but the majority of what they're eating is going to be crawls and bluegill, because there's plenty of those. Some of the bigger fish will eat the white perch and the yellow perch and stuff, which I didn't even know there was yellow perch until last time I fished here. But they'll eat that bigger stuff, but the smaller bass can't fit those, so they're eating the crawls and the bluegill. There's one. Got him. Oh yeah, that's a chunk too. That's a chunk. He is a fat guy. There we go. There we go. There we go. First one on the jig. That was like immediate. That was within 5 casts. There we go. First one on the jig right there. 6 inch finesse jig, getting it done. I knew there had to be one. And the funny thing is, I cast it over here so many times with the crankbait and with the underspin, and they just didn't want it. Throw in there with the jig, and then they munched it. Just goes to show you the fish are there. You just got to figure out what they're eating and what's going to trigger them to bite. I'm just slowly kind of pulling this thing on the bottom. Not really hopping it, I'm just kind of pulling it. And the current is doing a lot of the work. There's another one. That's another decent fish. Well, that might be the biggest one of the day so far. Dang, that's a good one. Yeah, that is a nice fish. Look at how beautiful he is. Oh my gosh, dude, that is awesome. Smoke the jig again. It's crazy. And the weird thing is I hooked this one in the same spot as that other one, so it makes me think that the fish are sitting like this, the jig's washing down, and then they just eat it. That's exactly what's happening. Has to be. Number 2 on the jig, and I think that this one might be the biggest one of the day. It might be really close to another one we caught, but that one is definitely the most beautiful. Look at the lateral line on that fish right there. She is beautiful. Beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and get the release on this one right here. Beautiful fish. There she goes, right back in that crystal clear water. I'm still watching her right there just swim off. I love fishing this clear stuff. So much fun. And they're munching today too. They're eating, that's for sure. They're definitely eating. Especially eating the old jig. So let's go ahead and get back out there, try to catch another one. All right, so I think that's 7 so far today. It's either 6, 7, or 8. I think it's 7 or 8. But we're gonna make the goal for today 10. We're gonna try to catch 10 fish. If we catch more, then awesome, but we're gonna try to catch 10. I think we can do it too, because I've been getting bites pretty quick with this jig. Pretty good bites too, to be honest with you. Seems like those bigger ones might be one that's slower presentation right there on the bottom. They just swim by and pick it up. Got him. That's a little one. That's a smaller one. Hey, still a fish. Beautiful lateral lines. I swear, creek fish are the most beautiful fish you can catch. I mean, look at how beautiful they are. Beautiful. Oh, let that guy go. It's honestly really hard to tell when they've got it. You kind of just have to guess, because there's a little bit of pressure on your line and you can kind of feel it, but like that was probably a fish right there that just grabbed it. But it's not like a huge crazy thump right now. It's just like they're picking it up and kind of pulling on it a little bit. That's a fish. Oh no, you butthole. You turd head, dude. I think a couple small ones might be grabbing the back pinchers on my crawl. Oh, I know you guys saw that in my rod tip. Picked it up, started pulling off with it, and by the time I could set the hook, it just didn't have it all the way. Nice backlash. Crazy, they might just be smaller now. I'm not sure. Got that one. Another smaller one. Yeah, baby. Another smaller guy or gal. Not a big one, but that is number 9. One more and then we have hit our goal, and then we just look for that big one. Got that one. Oh, another small one. I thought he had it. He was playing with me. He was just messing around with me the whole time. This guy right here is hungry. Eating a jig like that. He's a pretty healthy guy, but he's just not big. I think that's 10 fish though. Pretty sure, but we'll catch another one just for good measure. Mine as well. They're sitting here, they're just not as big. All right, we're gonna definitely catch one more. That way we know we hit 10. And then I'm gonna probably catch a couple more walking down. And then I've got to go deer hunting tonight. We're going after a big buck. If you guys have not checked out my latest hunting video, I have one up with Braden Price where we shot a bunch of deer, and now we're going for a big old buck for all of you. So got to get after that this afternoon. It is the rut right now where I am at, Basically, the story of my life right now is chasing big bass during the day and chasing big bucks during the afternoon because the rut is on around here. So we're gonna hopefully drop a big buck pretty soon on video, hopefully. And that should be pretty awesome. That's a fish. Dang it, dude. Ow. How did I miss him? That's how. Check that out. Pinchers. Gone. Back in business. Got a grass candy stroker crawl on here. And I think we're going to catch them now. I wasn't really paying attention to my crawl very much, so the pinchers could have been knocked off for a long time. I really don't know. But what I do know is we got a new trailer on there now. We should get one. That's a good cast. Up in that cubby hole is usually always good. Or you get hung. And it gets out. That's a big one. Okay, or not. I think he had me hung in a rock. I thought this thing was big. He would not move for like 2 seconds. I feel ashamed for saying that's a big one. I feel very ashamed. Little guy, but I think that's number 10 or 11, so it's good. I feel very ashamed. I was like, oh, that's a big one, but I think that my line was hung under a rock or something, and then like it came out, but for like a second he wouldn't move, and that fish was drilling it too. Like he was hitting it really hard, so I thought that was actually a good one, but ended up being one of the smaller fish of the day, of course. Oh no, he came off. Came off right in front of me. Dadgummit. Oh well. Oh, one just had me right there and then it dropped it. What's up with them hitting it and then dropping it, dude? I don't get it. That's a decent fish. Oh, that's a decent fish. Oh, yeah, baby. Not a giant, but not a bad one at all. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful fish. Can't beat it. Last fish of the day, right here where we put in at. I think it's number 12 or 13. Go let him go.
Mommy.